All right, well, we're coming at you from my camp here near Williams, Arizona in the Kaibab National Forest. This has been a great spot just out here in the middle of the woods. It's been pretty peaceful here during the week. It's very quiet. Came in on the weekend and it was a little busy, a lot of gunfire and that, but it's been very mellow the last few days. I'm actually going to be moving on from this camp today. I've been spending the morning getting cleaned up around here. I'm going to need to go into town to take care of a couple things and then probably just moving on into the same national forest to find another camp for a little bit. I've been in touch with my girlfriend Kelly. She's had a little bit of a hang up after her seasonal job. She's getting some dental work done and there was a little delay in that. So we're just staying in touch. We're going to try to work out meeting up in the forest somewhere here soon. So I'm just kind of waiting to hear on that to make my next big move from this area. So we'll see how that goes. We're gonna bring you guys along. The adventure continues. Okay, I think we're ready to do this. I'm gonna slowly make my way out of here. It was a pretty rough road coming in to get out to the main forest road. It's definitely been warm and dry here. I think the high today is 75. I'm already feeling warm. Yeah, it's been getting a little cool in the evenings, dropping down to about 40. Couple windy days, but overall it's just been beautiful. Great time to be out in the woods. Yikes. All right, well, we made it back out to the main forest road. We're gonna head towards Williams, Arizona. Away we go. We are coming back into the town of Williams. We'll take a quick drive through, give you guys a little look around. This is old Route 66 here going through Williams. And they also call it the gateway to the Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon's just about 60 miles north of here. There's a train that runs to the Grand Canyon from here too, and that train station is right in town. So it gets a little bit of extra traffic because of all that. You can see it's pretty jammed up in here. Cafe 66. Fun place to make a delivery. And that is about it for Williams, Arizona. Well, in here real quick, this is a historical marker, so we'll see if we can get some info about Williams. These old train cars here. All right, we'll give you a shot of the historical marker here. I'll give you an up close so you can pause that and read that if you like. And then there's a little bit more information here, how things have kind of progressed in Williams. There is Route 66 there, Santa Monica, all the way to Chicago. It's quite the route. And then a little bit more about Old Williams here, named after Bill Williams, the mountain man. Well, that concludes our little visit to Williams, Arizona. I'm going to stop in the market one more time, top off my water, get a couple grocery items, and then head back to the woods. I'm very tempted to stop at this Dairy Queen and get an ice cream, but I think I'm going to skip it. All right, mission accomplished. We'll take a little drive through the neighborhoods here in Williams. One putting in a log cabin over there on the left. Modest size homes here. Kind of mixture of older and remodeled homes. Oh, I like this blue one here on the left. That's cool. All right, let's get out of town. Back to the woods. We did just go through a good stretch of all private property, but I think we're getting back into National Forest. There's a little sign just off to the left there. It was all posted, and I saw some kind of like realty signs like the land is for sale, no trespassing, private property. So now we are beyond that. I'm going to keep a lookout. I'm already seeing some pull-offs here. Oh yeah, way less populated down this way. Boy, some of these areas are so big, I feel guilty just going in with just one vehicle. So I might try to find something a little smaller. I found a little offshoot road here I want to go explore. I'm seeing some places to camp. We are all settled in at camp here. I always take a few minutes to get everything set up. Hammock goes up first, get my table and stove out, set up a chair, get my water heating up in the sun. That windshield cover on. It's not so much to keep the sun off now, it's to keep the pitch from the pines off my windshield. Last couple camps, I wasn't putting it on all the time, and my windshield was just covered in pitch. Took a little bit of work to get it off. So got that up, and it is just awesome out here. I haven't seen any traffic on the forest road here, and it's just super peaceful. The last spot I was in, I could actually hear the interstate. Was close enough to be able to hear the interstate, which, you know, ain't so bad, not complaining, but when you get out to a spot where you can't hear any road noise or any kind of man-made noises, it's just the wind through the trees. It really is a special thing. So I'm gonna get in that hammock over there and enjoy some of that peace. All right, well, I decided to get my bike out. I am going to take a ride up to the lake that's nearby here. And the wind is picking up again today. We've got quite a few windy days in the forecast. So definitely no campfires in this national forest. Out west here, A lot of the forests are very dry. There's just a lot of dry grass, a lot of just dry brush and down trees, and forest fires are a thing out here. So definitely do not have a campfire out in the woods when it's windy. It is just asking for forest fires. There are currently a couple forest fires in the area. So yeah, you know, there's no telling what they were started from, but very possibly someone's campfire. The spot I just came from, I'm a bit shamed about how I reacted, but I went out on a walk and it was incredibly windy, like 30-mile-an-hour gusts, you know, like the type of winds that you got to hold your hat on. And I walked by a camp and a woman's out there with a campfire going. And I'll be honest with you, I'm ashamed about how I reacted. I was in shock. It just literally put me in a state of shock. So I ended up just hollering from the road, not in an aggressive way, but just with a loud voice so she could hear me, and said, you know, the fire danger is high today. There are forest fires, you know, going on in neighboring forests. And I was just so in shock. And they had California plates, which California, the last, 6-7 years, they've had forest fires every year. And it was just so surprising and just put me in such a state of shock. I don't know how effective I was. I'm pretty sure she heard me. I'm hoping she snuffed the fire out. But I don't know. I just went back to my camp and was just kind of flustered and needed to cool down. You know, the effective way would have been to keep my cool and politely walk up to her and have a conversation about the potential dangers of having a fire in those high winds. And I failed at that, and I'm not proud of how I reacted, but it was an eye-opener to me to realize that there are a lot of people out here camping that just don't have that common sense. And it's not to insult this person. For all I know, she watches my videos. And again, I'm ashamed about how I reacted. It would have been a great opportunity to go and educate her. And I'm just hoping that a forest fire doesn't come of that. So again, guys, just, you know, use your brain. A lot of us, you know, come out here, and a part of camping is having a campfire. But there's times when you come out to camp and that's just not going to be able to happen. And that's just something you need to accept and deal with, and not have an attitude of, you know, I'm going to do what I want. I came out here to camp, and I'm going to camp the way I want. And that's, you know, I get it. I get that attitude, but at the same time, when the conditions are such that the potential for fire is really high, it's just a foolish decision to have a campfire. So that's my little rant and little education on that. I'm gonna hop on my bike here and go get some exercise and have some fun, and hopefully see some pretty sights. All right, let's go. All right, well, I see water. I haven't seen a lake in a while. This is Dogtown Lake. It's got a campground and a day use area. So we're gonna go check out the day use area first, get a glimpse of the lake. Oh, nice. A pretty good sized lake. Looks bigger than what I saw on the map. Oh look, they got a swing. That's cool. Let's stop here. I see some RVs over at the campground. Looks like there's a boat ramp too. Well, this lake is really nice. It's very peaceful here, other than the wind. A few ducks and birds on the water, and really not anyone else here. There's like one little family here doing some fishing with their dog, at least in the day use area. So I'm gonna head over to the campground. We'll check out the campground. I haven't seen it before, so we'll go check it out together. Well, I was able to talk to the campground host here. It is $26 a night, and you need to do reservations online. Apparently, it is a very busy campground. They get full up quite often, so you need a reservation. The host is here early. I saw their water tanks and assumed there was no water here, but it's just because they're here so early. The water is all turned off because it's still freezing at night some nights. So normally the water faucets are kind of scattered out throughout the campground, so you can fill up on drinking water. And they have a lot of trash receptacles, kind of bear box style trash receptacles, animal proof, and just a nice campground. Sites are a little close for my taste, but still very nice. There's another site just right across here, but they're all nice and level, graveled, have nice flat tent areas, and then a steel Forest Service type fire ring and a nice big bench. So very nice. Dogtown Lake Campground. You have to make your reservations online, and it's $26 a night. Definitely, I'm going to take advantage of the day use area. I might drive up here with the van if this wind ever stops. I'd love to get my kayak in the lake, but it's just been so windy, I wouldn't be able to get anywhere. But I'm going to get back on the bike, probably head back towards camp. It's about lunchtime. Here we are, home sweet home. It's time to get a meal going. That mountain bike ride got my appetite up. I'm using my camp stove inside, and I'll tell you why. I would love to grill and cook outside, but it is just way too windy. I do not want to risk even charcoal out there, let alone a campfire. So I am inside here, and the reason why I'm not using my normal set-in propane stove is I am out of propane for that. I run that stove off a bulk tank, and it's a different type of stove. It's a propane stove, but it uses a low pressure regulator, more like a propane gas grill. And most camp stoves uses a high pressure regulator. And I always keep some of these green bottles spare filled up to use as backup for this kind of situation. And I have yet to find a hose or adapter that will get me from one of these small 1-pound tanks to a low pressure adapter that will go into my other Dometic stove. So this is why this is all set up that way, in case you're wondering. I'm going to go ahead and get some chicken cooked up. Again, I would love to grill it, but I'm not chancing that outside. So I'm going to cook up some chicken real quick, and we're going to move on. We're basically going to do a chicken and vegetable and cheese sauce over gnocchi. I've only had gnocchi once before. In case you've never had it, it's really good. It's basically like a potato dumpling. It's potato and flour, or like a semolina flour. So it's not quite pasta. It's not quite straight potato. When you boil them, they kind of puff up a little bit, float to the top, and they're just a nice, light way to consume sauce. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I got that chicken cooked and set aside, and I'm going to start working on a cheese sauce. I've actually never made a cheese sauce before, but pretty simple. It's usually just butter, cheese, milk, and flour. I'm not really using a recipe, so I'm just kind of winging it here. Just typically how I roll. I'm just going to kind of chunk up some cheddar cheese here. It looks about perfect. Let's see how that cheese melts down. Well, I typically try to do one-pot meals, but this is taking multiple dishes here. Between the cast iron skillet cooking the chicken, although I cooked up some extra chicken for other meals. And I'm getting some frozen veggies in here going, carrots, corn, and peas, and then I'm going to add some fresh mushroom to cook down with that. And I'll dice up that chicken, so we'll have like a chicken, veggie, cheese sauce gnocchi. Hopefully it's good. All right, they're starting to float. Look at them all coming up to the surface. Okay, it is time to throw all of this together. I think I'm going to go ahead and use all of this for a single serving. Although it kind of looks like a lot. I'm going to go in with a little sauce. Ooh, that's nice and thin now. Oh my gosh. Guys. Oh yeah. Put my chicken on there. I have some leftovers, which is good. I think I'm gonna go with just a little bit more sauce on top. It's gonna be saucy. Just like that. Okay, let's give it a shot. Okay, well that took a little bit of time, but I'm hoping it was worth it. That cheese sauce is so rich. That extra sharp cheddar. Oh, that gnocchi is good. I've only had gnocchi one time before and it's been a while. They're just like really soft, fluffy, kind of melt in your mouth. Not really pasta, not really straight potato. It really is like a potato dumpling. They're just very light, drenched in cheese sauce. You can't beat it. Well, I did talk to Kelly today. She had some good news. The dentist was able to get her in earlier than they thought. So she is all good to go. Well, I really do appreciate y'all joining me on my adventures. It means a lot to me. Hope you're all doing well out there. And we'll see you soon in the next video. Take care. Peace.